In India, a stethoscope carries the heavy expectations of entire families. For millions of young people, securing a medical degree represents the ultimate path to financial stability and social respect. To get there, they have to clear the NEET. Every year, over 2.2 million students pack into examination halls to fight for a tiny fraction of available medical seats. They spend years locked in cramped rooms, studying 12 to 15 hours a day. Families routinely drain their life savings to afford specialized coaching, pushing these teenagers to their absolute psychological limits before they even see a test booklet. When the mathematical odds of success are this brutal, the only thing keeping the system from collapsing is trust. Students accept the grueling conditions because they believe the exam is a strict, secure meritocracy where only the highest scores win out. That trust evaporated completely on the morning of the 2026 exam. Just hours before millions of students were scheduled to sit down at their desks, the illusion of an airtight testing system broke wide open. High-resolution screenshots of the exact question paper began multiplying exponentially across private WhatsApp groups and Telegram channels. Within minutes, this rapid sharing morphed into an untraceable, high-speed auction. Opportunists intercepted the PDFs and started selling them to the highest bidder, building a functioning digital black market before the official exam packets were even unsealed. Rumors reached the testing centers as candidates were lining up. Confusion and panic set in as students checking their phones realized the test they had sacrificed years of their lives for was already compromised. Investigators were immediately faced with a critical question. They had to figure out if this leak was the work of a few rogue hackers or a fatal symptom of a national testing infrastructure that had rotted from the inside out. To find the physical origins of the fraud, look at the economy surrounding the exam. Entire city districts operate as hubs for a multi-million-dollar coaching industry. Because the competition is so fierce, these institutes charge premium rates. To justify those fees, some centers are heavily incentivized to ensure their highest-paying clients secure top ranks, by whatever means necessary. This environment birthed underground networks, wealthy families funneling capital into coaching syndicates paid for early access to examination papers. These centers transformed into distribution hubs, using their infrastructure to funnel stolen materials to VIP buyers. The unregulated commodification of education created a financial ecosystem where passing the exam was no longer about study hours. Cheating became a premium, highly localized service available to those who could afford the entrance fee. But a coaching center cannot leak a paper it doesn't have. The National Testing Agency maintains highly classified, physically guarded facilities for its exams. Extracting a hard copy requires bypassing intense security protocols. Investigations pointed toward deep-seated bureaucratic complicity, suggesting that high-level officials and individuals with strong political ties were actively facilitating the breach. The physical chain of custody was intentionally severed. Long before a single PDF was uploaded to the internet, someone with clearance walked into a secured room and simply opened the vault. This quiet, backdoor access stands in stark contrast to the performative security regular students face. Millions of honest candidates are forced into long queues, subjected to rigorous pat-downs and strict dress codes by police outside the exam halls. An operation involving millions of dollars, stolen classified documents, and nationwide distribution networks does not exist in a vacuum. It survives because the very institutions built to guard the exam actively look the other way. For the 2.2 million legitimate test takers, the realization of this institutional failure was devastating. Years of grueling preparation and financial strain were instantly devalued by a single WhatsApp forward. The aftermath spilled into the streets. Furious students and parents launched mass protests across the country, leading to chaotic legal battles and canceled exams. The burden of the fallout landed squarely on the innocent. Honest students found themselves trapped in limbo, forced to endure delays and grueling retests, while the powerful syndicates that orchestrated the breach shielded themselves from the consequences. The scandal severed the trust between India's youth and the state's promise of fairness. A single test score is replaceable. A generation's faith in the concept of meritocracy is not. The 2026 NEET leak represents a complete structural collapse. It is the inevitable result of an infrastructure that prioritizes profit over security. the system allowed education to rot into a black market transaction. A strict meritocracy is an illusion when top ranks are available for purchase. Restoring integrity to the exam demands the complete dismantling of the unregulated coaching mafia, political apathy, and the hyper-competitive culture that feeds them. Until those structures are torn down, no national examination in India is truly secure, and the futures of millions of students will remain just another commodity, waiting to be bought and sold.